Founder CEO, Business Assembly, Executive Director, Imperial Statue of Higher Education, Professor N. Panjanathan, Annamalai University. The scientific dialogue will be moderated by Dr. J. L. Rathasekara, Vice Chancellor, Uva Wellassa University, Sri Lanka.
Thank you.
With the aim of disseminating knowledge on the importance of the resources available in order to ensure development, the second International Research Conference at Trincomalee Campus, Eastern University, Sri Lanka, has been organized under the theme Exploiting the Resources for a Better Tomorrow.
In the scientific dialogue, we are going to discuss under the title Graduates Employability, Challenges and Prospects. In order to find amicable solution and innovative ideas to face the present challenge in the country.
What is employability?
A set of achievements or skills, understanding and personal attributes that make graduates more likely to gain employment and be successful in their chosen occupations, which benefit themselves, the workforce, the community, and the economy.
This session becomes a forum with the hope that amicable solutions towards this national and international problem through detailed discussion would be found, and the findings of innovative and creative ideas towards a better tomorrow.
Now, I invite Mr. T. Bhaskar, co-chairperson, Trinco 2017, to take over the podium. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Bhaskar.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome to this dialogue session. I'm really happy to introduce the moderator of this scientific dialogue. So the moderator of this scientific dialogue, the topic of this discussion on graduates' employability, challenges and prospects. So it's a great privilege and opportunity for me to introduce Dr. J.L. Ratnasekara, who is a Vice Chancellor of the Uva University, and basically he is from Rajarata University, and he is with a chemistry background, and he has done a lot of contribution. If I mention few of that, he started his journey as a career as a research assistant, and he was a senior lecturer, and he became the head, and he became the dean of the faculty of Rajarata University, and he functioned as acting vice chancellor of Rajarata University, and he worked for the HTC program, and he was a project director at UGC level, and he has published a number of articles in chemistry and related areas, and he was the professional trainer too for various programs, and he has contributed to the national development like UGC level, and he served in, and he was into many board of management like Postgraduate Institute of Management, and he served as a consultant for various programs at the national level, and he was into member of standing committee, and because of the time limitation, he has served and he has contributed a lot. And so today we are very happy to have him as the moderator of this scientific dialogue on graduate employability, prospect and challenges. Good afternoon to you, sir. And more than that, he has, because of his hardship and everything, now he is at the moment he is a vice chancellor of the Uva University. He's one of the universities becoming a very good standard university, and more than that, we are really proud of telling this at this last moment. He is from Kandale. This is more than that, he is our product. So we are very happy, and we are very honored to have you at the Mandal Fair. And thank you, sir. Now the floor is ready for you, sir. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. And usually, when we start such forums, the moderator becomes a speaker. I don't want to be such a person, but let me start with few words and start with the sentimental words that I have born and bred in Kandale, in a Tamil village, and I can speak a little bit of that. So with that, I would like to start. And I just asked this question before handing over the mic to our colleagues. What is the purpose of a university? So, are we there to produce employable graduates? Right? So, this is where the question comes. Right? So, what is the purpose of education? To produce good citizens. Yeah. Then, what is the purpose of university education? To produce well-rounded, capable citizens. It is not limited. There is some addition to the general education. Being an academic, being an educationist, I fully agree. Where we have failed is that thinking only about employability. But there is a requirement that the university graduates, unlike the school leavers, the university graduates should make a significant contribution to the development of the country. If our graduates are unable to make that significant contribution to the development of the country, then we have failed. So along with that goes the employability. So then, if they are not employable graduates, they can't make a contribution for the development of the country. This is where, of course, I fully agree, purely theoretically, as an academic, we are not a technical universities, we are not technical institutes, we are not a vocational institute. In the broad sense, for me, university is a place where we study, learn about the universe. In that definition, there is no limit for university education. But at the same time, after staying 3 or 4 years in the university, if our graduates are unemployable, aren't we answerable? Isn't it our responsibility? So that is one thing. There's one more point, please. Let me take 2 minutes. There's one more aspect. We all know that GCE advanced level is a highly competitive examination. Roughly around 3,000 students for every year for the GCE advanced level, out of which around 140 to 150,000 qualify for universities. So roughly about 50%. Out of which we take only 25,000 to 14 Sri Lankan universities, excluding the Open University. So we say cream. I have a big question whether we select the cream through this competitive examination. It is a separate matter, not a topic for discussion today. But still, if those 25 or 30,000 students, after staying 3 to 4 years in the universities, if they are unemployable, aren't we responsible? This is where the graduate employability has become a challenge for us as university academics. With that note, I would like to invite Professor C. Sabkula Raja, Professor of Mathematics, University of Jaffna. Yes, you are going to introduce them. Yes, please. Sorry, Prof, you stay until the introduce. Otherwise, they will take another 10 minutes. No, now what I am going to do is that I will limit all the speakers maximum 8 minutes and the introduction maximum to 1 minute, because they have introduced me 3 minutes, but maximum 1 minute. Please.
Thank you very much, sir. Now the time for the introduction.
Okay, I am going to introduce the Professor S. Sabkula Raja. He is a professor in mathematics and he is currently functioning as an acting dean of Faculty of Technology, University of Jaffna. He has been involved in the development and the establishment of Faculty of Technology from the initial establishment stage of the Faculty of Technology. He obtained his BSc degree from University of Jaffna and he completed his PhD in mathematics from University of Ireland, UK. He joined the University of Jaffna in 1985 and he was served as the Dean of Faculty of Science during his period from July 2013 to September 2016. He is once functioning as a chairman in many committees, including curriculum committee, and he is positioning in number of societies, University of Jaffna. Welcome to this session, sir.
And the next speaker is Professor PMC Tilaharatna. Professor Tilaharatna is a former head Department of Accountancy and served as a director to the Staff Development Center, University of Kelaniya. He is currently attached to Department of Accountancy, Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies as a professor in accounting, and serves as a director for the Center for Distance and Continuing Education, University of Kelaniya. He published several research papers in national and international journals related to corporate finance, risk management, accounting education, investments, and portfolio management. He is a founder director of the Financial Service Academy of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, where Professor Tilaharatna introduced the qualification framework for capital market participants to develop the capital market in Sri Lanka. He held a position of Chief Executive Officer, College Director, Australian College of Business and Technology, which is one of the strategic business units of Navitas, Australia.
Next speaker, Mr. Bradley Emerson. He is a founder, CEO, business athlete, executive director, Empirical State of Higher Education. He was the former regional director, Middle East, South Asia, and North Africa, the Chartered Institute of Management Accounts, and he was responsible for business development in Middle East, South Asia, and North Africa.
And the next speaker is Professor N. Panjanadam. Professor N. Panjanadam is presently a professor, UGC, and SAP co-coordinator in the Department of Business Administration, Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. He was formerly registrar and head of the department. He is an extraordinary professor in the School of Economic Sciences at the Wall Triangle campus of the Northwest University, South Africa. He has 37 years of experience, 27 years of teaching, academic, research and extension activities, and 10 years full-time and part-time industrial experience. He has 516 publications in journals and proceedings, and he has published 56 books.
Okay, this is the time for speakers. Yes. Let me pay my respectful obeisance to the Almighty. Chairing the forum, the Vice Chancellor, respected Dr. Atasara and the colleagues, and also the Emeritus Professor Sivaganesa and Mohan Sir is delighted to be with you all, our colleagues and friends, students here. Okay, employability is a word, unemployment is another word. That unemployment word shouldn't be there. As a human being, we can't live without work. So this unemployment word is coined by, I think, this modern setup. I don't think it's 200 years ago this word may not be there. Everyone should be working. Because the university graduates, it supports the intellectual existence of human beings, where we have the physical existence, and then our social existence, and of course we have a spiritual existence. So it's the thirst for knowledge, I quote from Prabhupada, he says it's like a burning forest. So it can't be put off by graduation, PhDs, postgrads, and so on and so forth. That's what nowadays people say lifelong learning. So lifelong learning is a new and quote for education. So the graduate 3 years learning or 4 years learning is amount to some textbooks of knowledge. Only the burning forest can be put off or extinguished. It's only by the divine grace. So it has to go on. I think the Madam is speaking about that. So as a university, we support the intellectual existence. Now, in the university, because every university now created from Uvavalesa to Jaffna for regional purpose, but all the national students I studied, where we identify the courses relevant to our region. I think Trinco also doing that, but people end up from other regions. So this is another dilemma now facing in the Sri Lankan setup. Eastern University, you are designing courses for Eastern relevance, because IRP project, our chairperson leading was relevance and enhancement and so on. You design a course for your relevance, but people end up with other districts. No, I think it has to be sorted out. Otherwise, there is no point in having these district quotas and regional universities. I know this problem is there, one thing. And also, when you come to strategic planning and management, academic development units are not just set up in these universities yet. Only we are doing to please the World Bank. In the IRP HGT project, we create one unit for showcasing it and then finish it off. And those units are not very properly developed like this. This academic development and planning and strategic planning. Even the SWOT, I know our SWOT director doing it. I know the opportunities will be the threats will be in the other side. We will sort it out. So I am just saying, even they don't understand the SWOT. Because some people write up and give it. Even no, we correct in the final stage. So here, the University of Jaffna, where I come from, I graduated in the 70s. The standardization was another thing we went through in the Sri Lankan education scenario. We had a sort of problems, and then 70s we had a war. So our opportunity was in abroad for University of Jaffna graduates. No industries.
So there is no producing industry, applied science faculties and graduates for this. So today, in the 40 years of history of University of Jaffna, we have more than 20,000 graduates, say 500 each, 1,000 each, now 1,200 graduates. So 18,000 graduates. Now we are having a global meeting and greeting going on every year, every batch. So most of them are employed abroad. So today we are writing because HTTP project come. Now people are writing about the gaps and graduate profile. Because the World Bank says only we are writing, that's a problem. Here even the governor saying, even school education, one building, we are trying to get the ADP grant or something. At the same time, how many people have rifles and tanks and things? It's expensive as a computer, no? In this country. So how much of 6% vote for education we are fighting? So how much vote for go for the defense and so on? It's not balanced. So it's 30-40% goes. So this is the issue. So in the SWOT, we had to identify our opportunities and threats. Then we defined, I am a curriculum chairman, I know. Now even the curriculum, we have a graduate profile. So the graduate profile, we had to set up what sort of output, now is outcome-based education. So we focus on what sort of graduate we want to produce. So we are first labeling for our graduates. I always, as a mathematics professor, my subject is a universal subject. Even the moon or Mars, it works, right? So we give a label, the branding for our graduates. It's a global citizenship. People say good citizenship. No. There's no more good citizenship. Now you have global citizenship. My son, even now I am preparing people like that. Language, eloquency, whatever possible. IT. Even the kids are going now. Kids, IT classes are going. So now there was a conference in our campus about this Sri Lanka Computer Society. The people are running. There I said, when I was young, I was told the basic needs of a human being, the dwelling, the clothing, and the food. Right? Now, my son, I think the teacher might teach the basic needs of a human being: dwelling, clothing, food, and IT. Right? There's nobody can live now without this communication skill. So that is another thing. Now people talk about, even the schools, people talk about language, English. They talk in mother tongue. They say Tamil, Anglam, Mukkiyam. Even they say in Tamil. Even the water tank, they are reading from the written script, even downloaded script. So this has been going on in assignment works and so on. Our graduates are only satisfying again the Westerners' theme. Why we are implementing, because the grant coming, the plagiarism is there, predatory publication among the academics is a disaster. How our university can improve when the predatory publications are being accepted in the Senate and the Council for promotion, and you are a council members, with the 1,500 rupees you can publish papers. So academics are they are the jewel of the country, the cream of the country. They have to exercise first the quality. Now they have the quality assurance and this sort of thing. Then only you can produce quality graduates. This is going on. So if we don't exercise our own deeds in a sort of manner that is maintaining quality, then it will come. Actually, we all learn from our great master. Education actually comes from master, then material, then the practice. The people practice, become good at, but they practice. So if we publish, if we work hard, if we stay in the laboratories, then automatically, I think that they always say, the old generation dons like Professor Rajas, and now the Abhyakorn was giving a lecture to us. He first goes to the university 7:30 and came late. So actually, if you don't spend time, then undergrad won't spend time. So realistically, our universities get closed. And the university I am operating 5 o'clock. It's like another school. So I think Professor Mauno time, all that, the university dancing and playing and staying up to 10 o'clock. So this culture has to come in. So our global citizenship should be agenda for our graduates. So we have to produce graduate marketable, because there is no industry when you come to, only the service industries are there. No manufacturing industry. The graduates from Germany, they have a different agenda. So they have an automobile industry, top in the world. Japan, different. So America different, in Texas different. So, but they are producing graduates according to their need. So here also we have to focus on that. So employability graduate, I always say unemployment, unmarried should be there, shouldn't be there. If somebody wants to marry, they can marry, even many times as possible. But it's not a problem. It's some people are unmarried. Similarly, unemployment is something they created. When they go abroad, they are working now. Even the Moratuwa graduate, I was talking to the Vice Chancellor recently, the top bright students go to Moratuwa. But how many really work as engineers? We only say 30-35% works. Because the bright students, they go and work and find their job in the market. And my niece are there, nephews are there. They are all 3-year merit graduates. Now they are working for software companies, but they learn something like electronics and sound, communication. But they work on companies, they are working in the private sector. Because they are good at programming, good at logic. People talk about everyday, people talk about interpersonal skill, that skill, this skill, problem solving skill. How the problem solving skill comes? Unless you have a good sound knowledge in mathematics. You know, and the IQ, they go to the administration and this. Because they don't know a problem. You see, today in our country is a shame. They talk about reconciliation, this, that. You see, the constitution, the agenda going on. Okay, as a mathematician, I say, if you want to solve the problem, first to understand the problem is half of the problem solved. Don't come to solution first. First, you know, A level now I am the control examiner. First, what they do, we read the question and frame the problem. Conceive the problem. Then half of the problem solved. So today, this board, I recently gave a lecture in the German Tech. Then I saw when the courses are construction technology, food technology, automobile technology, and all sort of courses are there. Then I opened up, why do we need this? For example, I opened up like this. There are, in the world, there are so many living beings. There are terrestrial, there are aquatic. Right? More living beings in the aquatic than terrestrial. There's no hotel, there's no school, there's no universities in the aquatic. But there are more mammals bigger than us. They are swimming, eating, reproduction going on, eating going on, sleeping going on, mating going on, depending going on, everything going on. But no school, no hotel, no bus, no curriculum, nothing. So similarly, the human beings also evolved like that. Now we become a city-centered life, urban life. Then we are creating more problem, and then we are saying unemployment is another problem. I think even if you leave me alone, I will go and work somewhere, physically somewhere. Yeah, I am a citizen of Australia. Sometimes I go and work there. The heart of my life, go there. Sometimes I have to try taxi, no problem. I can't say I am a PhD mathematician. In India, I think professor will say, how many graduates are there? Are they really, if they are going to find a job for those graduates, where do you find? There are online graduates, offshore graduates, right? There are so many graduates. So how are you going to make it? Sri Lanka, another dilemma is, you see, there are Oxford graduates, Cambridge graduates, the brand are different. Here, all the graduates are same. When the government is going to give you employment, can we discriminate a graduate from Peradeniya and Vavuniya and Jaffna? No. It has not again saying all the graduates are same. Can you measure? The medical, they are now bringing the common merit list and some sort of ranking. Would they go to do in the physical science? Would they do in the biological science? There are so many things. I think it's a general setting. I retire and I think I provoked enough for you to divert. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Raja. So, how we'll proceed? We'll listen to another speaker and have a general discussion. Over to you, Professor Tilakaraja.
Of course, yeah, now.
Sorry to interrupt. Now he will say without management you will not have employees.
Yeah. Well, that I fully endorse what the Professor Satyanarayana said, of course. Now my perspective is different to you, and I would like to discuss with you some of the, sharing with you some of the experiences and full picture and straight. And I'm not going to read this whole slides, but Go down. So it's not working. This one. Yeah. Further down. Yeah, you see this, that this is the most recent example.
Earlier one.
Lincoln Circle.
Earlier one.
Right?
Back. Okay.
This one. Right? Unemployed graduates cry for jobs. And very rightly said, I do agree. The mathematics knowledge should be there, but coupled with management knowledge. And also, aesthetic part also. That is also important. And that's where the World Bank is now saying, not the soft skills development, develop the socio-emotional skills. Then, go to the next. You see this one. This developed in India somewhere in 1800s. Now thereafter, this game board developed by one of the Americans, now selling all over the world. Right? Snake and ladder game, very simple words. Now, graduates are like this. Those who are climbing, they climb up to the maximum they can. As he very rightly said, I met one Mahesh Amarasiri. He is a CEO today, one of the mobile operators in Sri Lanka. He is first degree from the University of Moratuwa, first class, super first class, electronics engineering. You should ask a question that whether he works to his organization as an electronics engineer. No. He completed, because I met him when I was lecturing Management of Technology MBA, and he completed MBA plus CIMA is there. And then I asked again, now he is doing that visiting lectures in our university, and I asked that, are you doing electronics at your organization? No, sir. It's all marketing. You see, because what is what is called as multidisciplinary qualifications now, whatever the graduates are possessing. That's the important thing. So then, again, virtues and vices. And second one, you see, very famous story, this one. Whose responsibility of producing employable graduates? Now, listen to me. Once we met at the BMIC with World Bank consultants, he knows that somewhere in 2003, before the IRTV project came into Sri Lanka, World Bank grant, first World Bank grant for the higher education. And at the time, the central bank governor said to my vice chancellor, again the mathematician, Professor Kapugama Tilakaratne, and said that, sir, you are a vice chancellor, you should be sacked from the vice chancellorship if you cannot, produce employable graduates. He went on arguing. Now whose responsibility? Is that vested with the vice chancellor, or the lecturers, or that? I don't know. Now this says that, you see, there are four people: everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody. First up, there was an important job to be done. Everybody was asked to do it. Very simple. Then what was, everybody was sure that somebody would do it. This is the general understanding in our culture. Right? Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. You see? I extracted from one of the famous books. Then, again, somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. And again came into the, everybody thought anybody could do, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do. And finally, it ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. So this is the approach. We as a small department applied in somewhere in 2001, of course. We did not wait up to the World Bank project to come in. and we did not get any instructions, we have seen and also realized that how that we have developed our own career, and also always, as he said, and Professor Ratnadekar also said very rightly, we look forward what could happen, and also I know that Bradley also will talk about the future. What could happen? We have projected for 10 years or 15 years what would be the job market, as you very rightly said, global job market, not the local. And then, so we sit together and we discussed, and we have our own model, not imported ones. And so then with this definition, as you said, you can see the employability again. Once our, so there's average waiting time till results will be out, and then first job, maybe a train, our graduate. So then that this employability depends on what? Employability depends on they are assessed in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Yes, and then how they are deployed this knowledge to the organization where their services are required. And next, the way they present them to employees. Some are very good team players, some are that very good in working alone, and they never prefer for the teamwork. That's the great problem, as you said, always not thinking out of the box things, and always they can as you said, always when that I'm entering to my home also, I always realize that my sons are also with the computer and gaming and a lot of things. And then with this is the Thomas Carlyle what said was, a man willing to work and unable to find work is perhaps the saddest sight that fortune's inequality exhibits under this sun. So now, I'll give you very quickly, you see the number of unemployed graduates in Sri Lanka right now. I took this information informally from the Association of Unemployed Graduates. They have registered organization to that organized protests in Sri Lanka. I have seen one in Eastern as well. Right? Province Northern 3,500, Uva 6,500, Sabaragamu 2,500, Central 6,000, Western 3,000, North Central 1,500, Southern 8,600, Wyoming 6,000. Now you see how serious this problem. Now this is not that I mean mainly again I asked from the that the president of the association, what kind of graduates are your members? Said that it's Bachelor of Arts mainly, and also some science as well. Then as you very rightly said, we cannot segregate whether internal, external, foreign, local, offshore, online. We cannot that now that distinguish. Yeah, even that there is not a building, University of Honolulu. There is no place. Virtual universities. Virtual universities. Now you see the depth of the problem. How?
Like a research publication.
Yeah. So then with this challenges, what are the challenges now we are having? Newly passed out graduates are having that. I mean, they are the most suffered in our country. And this is the waste of human resources so far that we have developed. Why? Let's say what the Australia, Canada and US now doing. Cream of our country after passing the IELTS or GRE or GMAT, skill migration. Now nobody thought about how our poor governments finance for whole education of ours to produce a person, single person, up to that 13 years free education, 4 years for the special degree free, masters is completing here in Sri Lanka subject fee, and thereafter migrating. So then waste of human capital. And also again 25,000 seats are available in the conventional university system, but every year qualified 240,000. Again unemployed. Then again they have frustrated. That's why they do that protests. Then next one, fourth point is very much important. We cannot now oppose to that one. Exponential development in non-state higher education sector in Sri Lanka. Ministry of Higher Education established separate section as well, non-state education sector, to recognize some private sector higher education institutions as degree holding bodies. So they speak. This is, I'm coming to the very crucial point because we don't have much time. So then, what's happening? They speak very good English. I went up to that several, say, that higher education providers to that audit, to give again the accreditation under the UGC label. 4-year course, 2 years they are teaching. The truth is that, honestly, 2 years they are teaching, 2 years they are working. And in the meantime, they are coming, there are flexible systems. You submit an assignment, you do a good presentation, right? I asked from one of the students of one of the private sector higher education institute when we met the student group for the audit. So what's your career plan? Sir, I have plan A, becoming an aeronautical engineer. Then I was surprised with plan A, no. Then I asked, what's next? My plan B, I would become an architect because he's doing their architecture. You understand? That's why I said that earlier, multidisciplinary. And they don't have problem of this fear of unemployment or underemployment, whatever the word that we are giving. So there, you see, again, last point. Whatever that we are doing, whatever that we are again discussing over here, there is no clear-cut statistics or organization to deal with this problem. When I see 2000, the same again talking about the skills. Why don't you develop soft skills of the students? Right? Then that employment will be guaranteed. No. Right? But again, private sector, not passing the message to the conventional universities, what sort of, that graduates they need. There is no continuous dialogue. No. We think that we have PhD, we are professors, we are big. Why that we should talk to the others? General, that feeling. Right? So it's, that there is a dichotomy between these two groups. And what do graduate recruiters want? We are a good degree from a recognized university. Work experience, extracurricular involvement, the ability to tell their unique story, that's very much important. Say for example, in my experience, 2004, I invited Sampath Bank to come to the university and said that no, your university students are agitators, troublemakers, we won't come to the university. But I pleaded to the human resource manager, please do come. Our students' mindset is different because I did a lot of counseling by the time. You do first screen. He came and did. He selected more than that time 30 students that through the CV first screening done, second screening and group interview, and they had to tell their unique own story. 3 persons, of course, that is what that today all over the world is speaking, developing entrepreneurial skills. One from again Allava, I do remember still the case, and he was running roadside the fruit boutique, right? Allava in the main road. So then that person was the first selected with an accounting degree, special, and because he was running a small boutique roadside, He has entrepreneurial skill. You are the person we need because you know how the business is going on. You know that given the well thought to it and you are success and recruited. Another girl also the same, and she did some, let's say some artificial, not artificial, from the village itself prepared the product where it's a bag, clothing bag, and sold it out to school children. That also recruited. That's 2 examples. Now you see entrepreneurial skills. We never think of that. Always thinking that to upload as much as possible. That foreign textbooks. All the stuff. Then that we are also happy. End semester examination is there. Students also writing and cramming everything, and again writing back to us. We just mark it, and they are earning classes and all. They are happy. We are also happy. Right? But ultimately, the country is not happy because unemployed, due to unemployment. Now with this, now our experience, what we did, just to share with you, I will wind up very soon. We did what is called the revision of curriculum. Sorry, it's not big enough. This one is not working. Don't you know that? We did revision of curriculum. But we align our curriculum with world famous universities, say the recognized universities, and also with the professional bodies. And we, again, not only that, to encourage students, we got a gold medal from the CIMA Sri Lanka division, ACCA, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka,